Hello Internet, Magic Man here from MMOBomb.com, bringing you another first look video. This time it is for Shop Titans from Kabam, the newly free-to-play shop-owning clicker-based game available on Steam. Now the game is free to play. It does have a cash shop. We'll get into that in a little bit. But if you've ever wanted to indulge in your fantasies of owning the shop in your favorite MMORPG, maybe this game is for you. However, if you are more of an interactive player, you look for a little more, maybe this one isn't for you. Shop Titans falls squarely in that category of clicker time-based game. Now, you do get some character creation options off the bat here. We're not going to spend a ton of time in those at all. There's not much besides choosing your hair color, your eye color, a basic body type, whether you want a male body type or female body type, 3 different height settings, 3 different basically width settings, making your shoulders and hips broader or skinnier, choosing some hair color and some base colors for your character's outfit. Now, later in the game, you do open the ability to create and expand on your look a little more, but as far as the beginning of the game, pretty basic. Give it a mustache if you want, give it a beard if you want. There's a couple to choose from, add some colors, and go. Then you are put right to work opening up your own shop in what looks like the remnants of an abandoned shop before you. You've got some display stands, you've got a counter to sell things, and you've got some storage for your ore and your inventory. And for the most part, the game walks you through in tutorial fashion, quest by quest by quest, how to get started. This is the type of game where you are going to be clicking a lot, and it does fall in that mobile vein of games where just kind of idly play it. But you are going to have to interact with your screen quite a bit, so it's not a AFK type player. In this case, we're going to get our shop up and running. We're going to make some partnerships with the local blacksmith to get us ore, and to a miner to get us iron, and for other partnerships to give us the ability to craft new items: daggers, armor, cloth, cudgels, bow and arrows, shields, you name it. If it's MMO-y, you can probably create it in here. And just like these typical types of games, you will gain resources over time, whether that be leather scraps, pieces of wood, pieces of iron, to create these different items that you are going to sell in your shop. All the while, customers will be happy to stop by and patron your business, giving you a little gold coin. On top of that, there are a few other resources and relationships you have to manage. Like right now, we're being given the tutorial of the training hall, where you are going to recruit heroes through in-game gold or the gems, which are the cash shop currency. You can see those in the upper right. Gold is gained by selling items in your store. Gems, while given out to you aplenty when you first start the game, like a typical mobile-type game, that source does dry up a bit and become based on timers to complete various quests, so you can get a little bit of a trickle of those gems, but really that's the cash shop currency. Recruiting these heroes allows you to send them into various dungeons. You really don't do anything. It's a timer, and then you come back and see a chest reward and have a key, open the chest, grab some items. Now, a lot of these are stamina-based items so that you can send your heroes out on quests faster and more frequently to get these items. Some of them are special crafting items that are used to create some of the armors and weapons that you're going to sell. And there's some other miscellaneous rewards along the way. These characters, of course, will level up. You can then send them on harder versions of these same dungeons. Now, right now, our city is looking pretty sparse. We only have a relationship with a few different vendors and crafters. And again, those relationships have to level up too. Whether it is through brute force, by having them create and craft things for you over and over and over again and gaining experience that way. You can then sink gold or the cash shop currency gems into their buildings to increase the production from those buildings. So there are multiple ways that you're going to increase their performance. So we've talked about grinding out with heroes. We've talked about grinding out with your vendors or your workers. Then in the shop aspect of itself, you have a grind a little bit there as far as the gear goes. Create enough of X bow and you'll learn the pattern for Y bow, which might take a little bit more resources, but be worth a lot more gold. This cycle continues over and over and over and over again, as I'm sure many of you that play these type of clicker games are used to. And now I have to stop for a second about this particular game just to mention, this is available on Steam. However, this really would not be, for me personally, on Steam. This is very much in the mobile formula of gaming, and I'm not to sit here and say that shouldn't be on Steam. If that's your thing, fine. I just would never play this on Steam, besides to do the first look here, because I don't sit at my computer basically idly watching something. When I am sitting at my computer, I'm usually playing something, like an MMO, or doing a video like this, or doing the free-to-play cast on MMOBomb, or streaming, or doing anything like that. When I'm sitting here relaxing, I am typically still just playing like an MMO, and maybe I'll have Netflix on the other monitor. However, if you are one of those types that sits at your computer and catches up on your favorite podcast, catches up on your Netflix queue, something like that, and you just want something to, click on and be messing with in the background, great. But for me and my life personally, this is more of I would do it while sitting on the bus on my phone, maybe. In addition to this type of shop management, you will get frequent quests, people coming to your shop to give you quests, to give you these different tokens that will help you level up each of your heroes, give them more attributes. You can then craft things and equip them on those heroes, so there is a lot of back and forth management. Now, you do get some help because a lot of things are timer-based in this game. For instance, we have a pretty sparse shop right now. We're going to upgrade the shop a little bit later in the first look video here, just so you can see how that works. We're going to upgrade a few different things. Not only are we going to upgrade our counter so that we get more energy when we make a sale, although energy is not a currency you see on the screen yet. We will get to that in a little bit. We'll upgrade our storage for ore and leather and wood. We'll upgrade each of those pieces. We'll even start expanding our shop and adding new crafting slots so that we can craft more than 1 or 2 items at a time. That does require, though, most of these upgrades for you to level up, just like you see here. Hitting level 3 will give us the ability to do various things. And even the king stops by at the new level 3 dusty-ass shop. And, of course, you can guess what he's here for. You guessed it. The king is here to give us an exceptional cash shop offer. Yeah, a one-time only bonus. Get used to this, too. Quests will come your way, and not all of them are advertisements, but there are plenty of advertisements for you to hit the cash shops to buy some type of thing, a research scroll to make better versions of something, or, like you saw there, different perks and buffs for X period of time. So it very, very much follows the formula. Currency-wise, we've got a few. You have already seen gold. You've already seen gems. Gems are the cash shop currency. Once again, you can buy those for cold, hard money. And those are going to be your amplifiers. Let's jump forward a little bit, though, here so we can see a lot of these in action. Now I've got my expanded shop. I've expanded once. I can expand a few more times, but I have to hit level, I believe, 20 before I can expand once. And now you're starting to see some of the more in-depth progress that you can do. Not only by creating a number of X can you then create Y, but sometimes you will be able to create better versions of X. And then you can spend various resources that you acquire either in-game or through, yes, an actual slot machine. We'll get to that in a little bit. You can't do cash shop currency there. It's just kind of, you get tickets for rewards for doing quests, so whatever. That is going to allow you to then create, like you see on the left there, a 1-star version of that particular item, which then opens up that whole tree you just saw. And if you continue along those lines, your swords will become better across the category and be worth more and get different perks and be less expensive. They'll require less materials to build, so you can go both ways. Save yourself materials to build and save make yourself more money. Joining a guild, of course, is a nice way to work with friends and have them help you complete upgrading things that might take 16 hours to do. They can sink resources in to help your next expansion or help your shelf upgrade. We've done some cosmetic things in here too. We've added a plant, we've put down a new floor, we've put down new wallpaper, making it look like bricks. And that opens up another currency, not really a currency, but a stat called prestige. You'll notice going through that there are a lot of cosmetic items you can buy for cash, or get them with, some of them you can buy with gold in-game. The thing with those is that they reward you with something called prestige. Now, prestige, you're going to see, wow, that's the chest icon on all of these. Wow, what is that tied to? Because a lot of this stuff is cash shop currency stuff that I'm getting a ton of prestige for. What is that? Well, prestige does not impact gameplay, really. There is a leaderboard for prestige so that you can decorate your place, have a lot of prestige, and, whether you spent a ton of money doing that, you'll be high up on the leaderboards. But there really is no in-game benefit to having high prestige. That's not to say that there isn't an in-game benefit for having decorations and things like that in your store, to a point. Customers can interact occasionally with decorations, plants, things like that in your store. These Cinco de Mayo specials, including a taco couch and a Cinco de Mayo divider. And that could produce energy, the red currency you see in the top of the screen now. That currency goes back and forth, down and up by spending it in conversations here. So when you're talking to people, you can surcharge them and spend energy, meaning you'll gain more gold for the item you're selling, like you just saw, we get double there. Or we can discount it and have them pay less. We can do small talk. But each of those adds or subtracts energy, so you have to have the energy resource to do it. While you don't get to set the prices in Shop Titans, you can influence the price, like you just saw. A dagger might sell for 70 gold. You can surcharge it to a customer if you have the energy and get 140. You could discount it and sell it to them for 35. And the same works when you have any NPCs coming to you trying to sell you items. You can try to talk them down to a lower price, half price, or pay more if you really need the energy. You can pay more, pay double, and you'll gain energy. Small talk is kind of a random version of that. But that's really it, man, gang. This is Shop Titans Kabam. It is available on Steam right now, free to play. Really, there's not much more to say to it. It is a time sync clicker, and if that's the thing you're into and you're looking for one on Steam, I guess you could do a little bit worse than this. And if you want to live your shop fantasy, go for it. Stay safe. See you on the servers.